What if I told you this story will make you laugh, cry, and question everything? Today, I brought you a massive dose of love and drama, and comedy too, which means we will cry, feel emotional, laugh, celebrate, and even get upset with our heroes along the way. So drop everything in your hands right now and let us begin the most beautiful series on earth. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell button you always forget. And now, let us begin. The story begins with a boy standing in his house, holding a knife, while his parents lie on the floor covered in blood. Did the boy truly kill them on purpose, or was he forced into it? To understand, we must know that a dangerous virus spread across the country of Avanti, and those infected were called hypers. There were two types. Avanti A, the dangerous strain that turned the hyper, violent and unable to control himself or tolerate anyone around him, leading him to kill anyone standing in his way. The second type was Avanti B, which was not dangerous, but its only fault was that it attracted the Avanti A hypers and drove them crazy. It made them want to stay close to the Avanti B carriers forever. The girl ran toward her police officer brother, who stopped her. He told her to calm down because she always tripped like a child, then asked if she took the test. She replied that she was still young, but she took it and tested positive for Avanti B, then asked him for dinner to celebrate his promotion. He agreed to celebrate with her, and then they saw many police cars driving at top speed. Her brother took her along and followed the police cars until they reached the boy's house, where he told her to stay there while he arrested the criminal. He went inside with his colleagues, and they brought the boy out in handcuffs. As soon as he saw the girl, he looked at her and laughed a scary laugh. When her brother saw that, he stood in front of the girl until they put the boy in the police car. 5 years later, the girl was in her car near the forest. She remembered the boy's terrifying laugh and told herself that 5 years had passed, yet she still dreamed of him laughing every day. She decided to forget and move on since she just got a job at the research lab. Her future looked great. Her friend then called her over, saying she found amazing mushrooms and made delicious soup from them. She went into the forest with her and they ate, but as soon as the friend ate the mushrooms, her stomach hurt and she left to relieve herself. Meanwhile, a transport vehicle was moving 3 prisoners with Avanti A. Suddenly, the driver and the guard heard a strange noise inside, so they stopped and opened the cabin to find the guards and prisoners fainted. Suddenly, the 3 prisoners opened their eyes and attacked the driver. After killing them, they found a bag with serum injections. One type controlled their powers, while the second removed the power completely for 5 days. At that moment, they smelled the girl infected with virus B, so one of them went to her. He kidnapped her after hitting her friend on the head, then put her in the transport vehicle driven by a female prisoner. The boy arrived at that time, took his car, and chased them. Meanwhile, the police were also chasing the vehicle of prisoners and killed 2 of the hypers. When the girl fell from the car, the boy saved her. When he felt he was transforming, he told her to run, but she did not understand. The power of Avanti A took over him, and he was attracted to her scent, which was actually the scent of the virus B, though the girl was innocent. Before he lost control, the girl took out a syringe she had taken from the car and injected it into his neck. While trying to flee in panic, she hit the wall and fainted. Later, the girl woke up in a clinic room at the research lab. She was shocked to see the doctor was the boy himself, and she tried to deny it, thinking they could not be so alike. She reached for the knife on the fruit plate, but failed because her muscles were numb. The boy approached and told her that she and her friends suffered from the poisonous mushrooms. He explained that it caused hallucinations, and since he worked there, he searched for them and found them in the forest. He brought them back and told her the numbness she felt was from the mushrooms, but she would be fine soon. The heroine did not believe any of that because the resemblance was terrifying. The boy took them both to meet the research lab director. On the way, he showed them a corpse and said they would train on it. A sly woman saw the boy and asked to speak about work. He told her later and introduced the girl and her friend. He said they were science graduates training there and asked her to watch them while he went to the director. She agreed happily, but as soon as the boy left, the sly woman told them to sit anywhere until she was free. Meanwhile, the boy went to the director's office, explained what happened, and took him to meet them. In the meantime, the girl imagined that if she warned the director that the boy killed his parents, he would do to them. She imagined the boy killing them all, so she told herself it was better to wait until she confirmed he was the criminal, then she would decide what to do. Someone came to inform the director that 2 corpses disappeared from the morgue, so he left the girl and went to see how that happened. The boy took the girl and her friend to show them the lab, telling them the floor below had the cafeteria, but warned them not to leave the dorm at night. He took them to the dorm where he walked the girl's friend to her room, then took the girl to hers. Before she closed the door, he told her he wanted to come in to wash his hands, so she told him to come in. When he entered the bathroom, she remembered the criminal had a birthmark on his neck, so she told herself she had to confirm if it was him. She entered the bathroom, grabbed the shower head, and turned the water on him. His clothes got wet, so she asked him why he got wet and said she had to dry his clothes. She took a towel and pretended to dry him. When she tried to reveal reveal the shirt collar, he grabbed her hands and restrained her, saying to stop the harassment and focus on work. He said he would forget what she did that day, but if it happened again, it would not be good. He left her and went out. At that time, the girl called her brother and asked if he remembered the boy who killed his parents 5 years ago and knew where he was. He told her the boy died 4 years ago, so she told him to go and that he eased her heart. When she hung up, she told herself she messed up and now he thought she was hitting on him. She wondered what to do, then decided to go eat because she was hungry. She went down to the cafeteria and heard a strange noise. She followed it until she found herself in front of a corpse, but it was awake and eating cheese chips. Suddenly, the corpse attacked her and she fainted. As soon as the dead person approached her, the boy grabbed him by the neck and told him she was his and he had no right to touch her. He finished him off. When he approached the girl, he found her wounded with a tiny cut on her neck. When he smelled her blood, he fell more in love with her. He carried her to the clinic. When he put her on the bed, he got closer and could not stay away. As soon as she opened her eyes, he pulled away quickly, but it was obvious he was flustered. He tried to appear indifferent and told her that he gave the man who attacked her a sedative injection and controlled him. He added that she was safe. As soon as the power went out, the girl threw herself into his arms and asked if the power went out there too. He tried to control himself and said something must have happened. He took her out of the clinic. The girl walked beside him terrified. Suddenly, a colleague told the boy the situation was tense because the director went to the morgue an hour ago and never returned. He said he would inform security while the boy checked on the director. He took her to the morgue. As soon as the boy opened the door, he found all the beds empty. He told her there were supposed to be 100 corpses in the morgue. She asked where they went. They found the director coming out from under the bed, telling them, "What happened?" He said as soon as he entered the morgue, his pen fell under the bed, so he went down to get it, and then he saw all the corpses get up and leave the morgue. He added that if they had seen him, they would have finished him off. The girl smartly asked what exactly they were experimenting on. The director told her there was a group of hypers with virus type A who were very dangerous. He said the only thing that controlled them was having a type B person close to them, but the number of those infected with virus A was very large, so they could not find enough controllers. The government tasked the lab to find a serum. They managed to find a treatment that controlled them for a short time before they reverted. He told her that all those in the morgue were infected with type A and were volunteers for experiments. They tried a new drug on them, but as soon as they took it, they died. He explained it seemed the drug made them stop breathing for a while, so they thought they died. He said they had to find them quickly before they killed everyone in the lab. He told them the safest place to go was the security office, so the three of them went there. At that time, the hyperboy with the haircut killed the guards and doctors in the security office. He told his friends that it was time for them to hunt down everyone who experimented on them in that lab. The girl ran ahead of the boy and the director toward the lab. She saw the boy with the haircut killing 2 security guards, so she got terrified and tried to hold her breath so he would not hear her. The boy arrived, took her, and hid. Before the boy with the haircut reached them, his friends arrived, and one told him he found a bag with the serum that controlled their episodes. He told him that was great and to keep it with him, so they could take it when the episode hit before killing each other. He told them to come with him to find the rest of the people in the lab and finish them off. The boy, the girl, and the director saw and heard everything. As soon as they were sure that, the guy and his group went to the elevator. They ran to the security office and looked for the key that locked the elevators to trap them. But the boy with the haircut turned out to be smarter and told them they would not find anything and that they were at their mercy. It turned out the director had left the internal microphone button on without realizing, so the boy with the haircut and his group heard everything. The girl kept searching the room until she found a metal detector on top of the cupboard. She tried to get it, but since she was short, she could not reach it. The boy seized the opportunity and lifted her up. She took the device and passed it over the bodies of the security guards until it made a sound. Then she found the key inside the pocket of the dead security guard. They took it, and the three of them ran toward the elevators. The girl managed to lock all the elevators at the last moment. Then the boy told them they had to split up to warn the doctors and call management from the satellite phone on the roof. The girl told him she would go with him to the roof while the director warned the doctors. She ran after him to the roof. When he opened the communication device box, the girl tried to help him. When she got close, he got flustered and hit his arm against the iron door. She apologized and said she did not mean it, so he told her to stay there while he checked something and returned. As soon as he walked away, she heard a sound from the door. She went to open it and found one of the hypers running toward her. She ran but fell to the ground. The boy approached her and told her to get on his back, so she eagerly clung to his neck. He ran with her away from the door. When he put her down, she saw the birthmark on his neck, was shocked, and asked if it was him. The boy realized she discovered him but acted smartly. He carried her to a place far from the hypers and told told her that the red mark was caused by the blow he took to his shoulder earlier, so she believed him. The boy took her off the roof and locked the door behind her, so she told, and herself she would secure herself and stay away from him. She got a rope, secured it, threw it down the stairwell, held onto it, and climbed down to the floor below, but the rope was short and did not reach the ground, so she did not know what to do. The boy appeared, looked at her, and laughed. He asked what stupidity she was doing. She threw herself toward him and fell on him. They were very close to each other, to the point that the boy could hardly control himself, but at the last moment, he pushed her away and told her to stop making excuses. She asked him what was wrong and said she fell unintentionally. When they both stood up, they dusted off their clothes. The boy saw her clothes were torn, so he gave her his coat. She took it and wore it. They went toward the elevator and found several hypers standing in front of it. The boy told the girl he would distract them while she went down quickly to the dorm. He left her, walked toward them, and whistled. As soon as they saw him, they all ran after him. The girl remembered she had the serum injection that calmed the hypers, so she ran to the boy to give it to him. When she reached him, she was shocked to see all the hypers dead, while the boy held one of them by the neck, lifted him off the ground, and broke his neck with one hand before throwing him down. The girl was shocked because she confirmed the boy was the same one who had terrified her for 5 years. The boy laughed the same old laugh and told her it was good she knew because he was tired of acting. He confessed that since the day he saw her, he could not forget her. He said his life before her was boring and he had no friends. Even in his graduation photo, he stood alone while his colleagues were together. He told her one day he decided to pretend he loved and helped everyone so that maybe he would not feel bored. He started helping his female colleagues, and since he was handsome, the girls fell in love with him, crushed on him, and sent him admiration messages, but he did not even read them. The boredom returned to him. When his parents were killed, he was arrested. That day, he saw the girl, her scent attracted him, and he felt she was the one he had been looking for. After leaving prison, he searched for her until he saw her one day in the street with her brother and heard her telling him she would not go on the date he arranged because the man of her dreams had to sweep her off her feet immediately, have a broad build, and work in a field close to her interests. He also had to be kind and helpful. Then she said she applied for training at the research lab. The boy heard her words and went to work at the research lab. When the director presented the trainees' papers for him to choose from, he chose the girl without hesitation. When he saw her, he started acting exactly as she described her dream man. After confessing all this, he began to feel he was transforming. He told her he loved her, and if she promised to be his alone, he would save everyone in the research lab. She injected him with the sedative, and the boy hugged her. When she resisted, he restrained her and told her to let him stay close because her scent calmed the monster inside him. He asked if she loved him yet. She said she was starting to like him, but they first had to get the people out. At that time, the director reached the sly woman's room, took her, and went to the roof. The girl and boy went to get her friend and also went up to the roof. It turned out it was a holiday, so there were no other employees in the building. The elevator started working again, and the hypers and the boy with the haircut exited. Before they reached the boy, the girl, and the others, the girl told the director they could escape from the roof to the roof of the opposite building using the lift between the two buildings, which looked like a bridge. The director told the boy well done for choosing such a smart trainee. He told him he loved her. The sly woman glared at the girl, who ignored both of them. The director went to operate the lift, and the boy told them to escape while he held the hypers off. After everyone escaped, the girl was still on the lift connecting the buildings. When the boy caught up to her, the structure hit him, and he fell from a height of about 16 floors, but grabbed onto the lift. The girl ran to save him, but fell too. The boy threw himself after her, caught her, and pulled her close. He landed on his feet next to a swimming pool and told her that now she confirmed that my life is important to you. She told him to stop and not get ahead of himself, adding she was just afraid he would die and keep haunting her dreams. He told her she was reckless, but he loved her. An octopus arm interrupting their romantic moment emerged from the swimming pool and tried to pull them into the water. The boy told her they discovered animals infected with virus A and conducted experiments on them. They managed to let Hypers A communicate telepathically with infected animals and control them. She asked him if that meant there was a hyper controlling that octopus. Before the boy could reply, the boy with the haircut appeared and asked what they wanted with his animal. When the boy with the haircut saw the girl, he told her he wanted to entertain himself with her. The boy told him she already made a pact with him and became his alone. The boy with the haircut said he did not care about his words. The boy attacked him, so the boy with the haircut made the octopus extend its arm from the swimming pool and pull the girl toward him. The boy told him to let her go. He agreed, but on the condition that his octopus suck the boy's blood to take part of his power and give it to him. The boy agreed. The octopus let go of the girl and grabbed the boy's arm, but his blood contained massive power. The boy with the haircut could not handle that power and fainted. The boy was also about to transform into a hyper. He told the girl there were only two things that could calm him down and return him to normal: the serum injection, which the hypers had stolen. She asked what the second thing was. He told her it was being intimate. Without giving her a chance, he approached her and started being intimate, supposedly to regain his power. He was indeed regaining part of his power, but he told that to return to full strength, they had to go all the way. She refused and said they should look for the serum injections instead. He told her to suit herself, but he would need to take power from her frequently. She pretended not to hear, supported him, and took him to the research center's private metro. There they met the director, her friend, and the sly woman. The director told the sly woman to stay there and had the girl help him support the boy, and they helped him into the cabin. The sly woman got jealous and seized the opportunity when they all left the metro and left him alone, so she entered the metro car and approached the boy who was unconscious. She told him to make a pact with her, admitting she had her eye on him for a long time and knew he was a hyper, but kept quiet. The boy pushed her away as soon as she got close. The sly woman threw herself at him again, so he pushed her again and grabbed her by the neck. Before he could strangle her, the girl saw what was happening, entered, pulled him away from her, kicked the woman out, and locked the door. The boy told her she smelled very sweet and asked her to come closer. He started getting intimate with her and threw her on the floor and approached her. He picked her up and started taking liberties, so she pushed him away and told him that was enough and he was crossing the line. She said she had a better plan. They both dressed in hypers' clothes, hid among them, and took the serum injections. They ran out with the hypers chasing them. They reached the parking garage, but the boy was still tired. The girl opened a car trunk, put him inside, and got in to hide with him. At that moment, the hypers arrived and shot at all the cars. The girl got scared and hid in the boy's arms. As soon as the hypers moved away, they both got out of the car. The girl left him the serum injection, exited the garage, locked the door behind her, and went up to look for her friend and the others on the roof. She was surprised to find the boy with the haircut and his friends surrounding her. But before they could get close, the officer brother arrived and ordered his men to shoot the hypers. They all died, except the boy with the haircut. The boy arrived, took the girl, hid her, and asked if she thought she could get away from him, calling her heart cruel and unyielding. He said from then on, he would never let her leave him, and she would love him no matter what. She told him love could not be forced, and there had to be common ground between them. She said she should be attracted to him genuinely, but he only thought he loved her because he needed to make a pact with her to stay strong and control the virus inside him. She asked him if that could honestly be called love. He told her he understood and was completely at her disposal to do whatever she said as long as she loved him. He took her and fled, but her brother kept chasing them and calling for his sister. The boy told her he would leave her for now, but she should expect to see him at any time. He pushed her toward her brother. When she looked back, the boy had disappeared, and she found her brother in front of her. She hugged him and asked why he was so late. He took her home, and as soon as they walked through the door, he asked her to tell him everything. The girl told him she was tired and exhausted, so she would sleep now and tell him everything in the morning. She went to her room. When she slept, she dreamed the boy entered her room through the window and, as usual, approached her and tried to force intimacy with her. She fell off the bed, woke up, and realized she was dreaming. When she left her room, she found her brother making breakfast. He asked if she was still afraid. She said yes, but noted that the lab was the reason for what had happened to the hypers, because they kept experimenting on them without mercy until they lost control and tried to kill them. He told her to forget that talk, saying the best solution for her was marriage. He booked her a spot at a matchmaking event for young men and women to meet and get married. She told him she was not interested in those things and wanted a real love story, not an arranged marriage. She left him and went to sleep. When she woke up the next day, she found herself at the marriage competition festival and realized her brother had drugged the milk she drank. Before she slept, she found the sly woman standing next to her, saying that her brother had to do that to her because she was getting older and approaching 25. She looked her up and down and said it was still early for her, sly woman. The woman told her, "Do not you know that those with virus B, if they do not marry hypers with virus A before they turn 25, they die? Literally, you have only 1 year left before you kick the bucket and relieve us." The girl replied, "I hope you go first, sly woman." However, she confirmed this information from her brother's assistant, who told her there were only 2 left to duel with swords, and the winner would offer to marry her. If she agreed, they would extend the marriage period today. Suddenly, the boy entered and dueled the last competitor, who was actually her brother's assistant. They started dueling, and of course, the boy won. He went toward the girl. The sly woman stood in front of him, but he ignored her and went to the girl, extending his hand. She weighed her options and said to herself, "It is death either way. Take the one who loves you, girl, not the one you love." She extended her hand to him. They both went to a private office to discuss the marriage contract terms. The girl told him she did not want him to touch her without her consent. and the most they would do was a brotherly kiss, nothing more. She said she did not know him well enough yet and would make him give her blood samples to conduct research on, hoping to create a serum to save them from this whole mess. He told her, "Look, I agree, but if I wanted to do anything, you would not be able to stop me. However, I promise to make you love me." She said, "Deal." They signed the contract. Her brother's assistant was worried about what her brother would do when he found out. The girl reassured him, saying, "Do not worry, I will know how to handle him." Her brother's assistant told her he was traveling now and would not return until the wedding, so he would be faced with a fait accompli and unable to do anything. After that, the girl prepared for her wedding. When she put on the wedding dress, she looked gorgeous. Her brother's assistant told her there was no food for her until the wedding day except for one lettuce leaf in the morning and one at night, so the dress would fit and she would not embarrass them on the wedding day. She humored her, ordered food, and went to eat it alone, far away. She found the boy in front of her. Truth be told, he looked incredibly handsome in his wedding suit. May God grant us the same. The boy gave her a necklace as a gift. She liked it very much. He showed her that when she pressed it, pins would pop out. He told her, "Prick me with it if you find me going hyper on you." She said, "Accepted gift." On the wedding day, the girl was extremely nervous. A woman approached her and gave her a glass of water, saying, "Here, drink to calm down." As soon as she drank, she felt dizzy and realized the girl was the sly woman who told her she put a drug in the water because she was the one who would marry the boy. The girl fainted and the sly woman put on the wedding dress. But the sly woman was surprised that the girl had exposed her while she was giving her the water because of the black nail polish she never changed. The sly woman told her, "Save yourself the trouble. No one will marry him but me." The girl told her, "You are dreaming." They started fighting fiercely. The sly woman grabbed the girl by her hair, but the boy intervened and hit the sly woman on the head, knocking her unconscious. After that, the girl went to the wedding looking completely disheveled. She told the boy, "Just get through today with me. I do not know if I will get it from the sly woman or my brother, who I do not know what he will do when he learns you are the groom." At the same time, her brother arrived. As soon as she saw him, she hid the boy who was signing the marriage contract and popped a confetti cannon in his face. It got in his eyes and he could not open them, but he held her hand and handed her to her groom without seeing him. The day passed peacefully, but at night the boy was in a very difficult state, drinking water continuously to calm down and control the virus, but to no avail. He approached the girl and told her, "There is no other solution. You must calm me down." She told him, "Calm down, stay away." She tried to push him away, but he told her, "I do not want anything. Just let me sleep in your arms. To reassure yourself, take out the necklace, and if I do anything, stab me with it." She took it out, but when he slept, she felt sorry for him. She woke up the next day, sleeping on his arm, so she moved away quickly. Her brother called and told her he was coming for lunch with them. She hung up, not knowing what his reaction would be when he found out she married the boy. Her brother arrived, so she opened the door and told him she wanted him to take a breath, calm down, and not get angry when he saw her husband. As soon as her brother entered and saw her husband, he was shocked and remembered when he used to torture the boy in prison. Back then, the boy hit him and told him, "I am getting out, and next time you see me, you will find me, preparing a surprise you will like." It turned out the girl's brother was the director of the Hypers' prison who tortured them, trained them, and sent them to be experimented on. He was the one who framed the boy and used to torture him in prison. Not only that, he had scientists implant something in his body to control him. He used to tell the boy, "Do not think you can ever escape me. Simply put, you are at my mercy." And here's the surprise. The lab director was also imprisoned with the boy, but he was brilliant at research, so he decided to find a cure for the virus. He helped the boy and hired him at the lab after they both escaped from prison. The boy kept hinting to the girl's brother that his sister was now under his control. The girl's brother got angry and made a hand signal, causing the boy to fall to the ground against his will. The girl's brother told him, "Do not think you can escape my control." The boy stood up and told him, "If you control me, I control your most precious possession." He called the girl and she came running. He told her, "Roll up my sleeves so I can wash the dishes properly." She rolled up his sleeves. "No, bravo, you really seem in control." When the girl left the kitchen, her brother told the boy, "I will know how to separate you from my sister." He went out and told her that he found a job with a high salary for her husband and that an officer from the department had traveled to Sunset Valley City, because they had a mission there, but they all disappeared. Therefore, the department would appoint a new employee and task him with going to look for them. His sister, of course, did not know his intentions, so she was happy that her brother was looking out for their interests. The boy provoked him by hugging her in front of him, while the brother barely controlled himself, then left them and walked away. The next day, the juror left the research lab and went to meet the boy, whom he considered his mentor. He told him that without him, he would have died in prison, and thanked him for everything he did for him. He said, "After I got out of prison, I decided to take revenge on him, so I looked for his weak points. That is when I found out his sister is his only weak point. Coincidentally, I loved her, so I decided to kill two birds with one stone. Marry her, take revenge revenge on him, separate them, and make her hate him. The girl arrived, and the director gave her a wedding gift, which was that strange-looking pen. The girl learned from the director that he left the research lab and would open a private research lab. He asked her and the boy to work with him. He told her that when he was working in the lab, he knew a secret. 13 years ago, there was a married professor couple who managed to discover a cure for the Avanti virus. During the final experiment, before announcing the cure, they were killed. It was said that their experiment notes were on 3 memory cards made of glass chips, making it hard for anyone to discover that such important information was stored on them. He told them the first one was in Sunset Valley City. When the girl heard the city's name, she told her husband, "I am definitely coming with you." He told her the place was dangerous, and besides, her brother would not agree. She said, "You will be with me and protect me, and leave my brother to me. I can convince him." She left them and went to her brother, pleading with him until he agreed. Out of joy, as she was leaving, she bumped her leg and the spot swelled. He told her, "My daughter, take care. You are always bumping into things." When she left, he called his female assistant and told her his sister was going with him, so she should have them watched closely. That same night, her brother went to her house. When he found traces of the boy's hand on her arm, he told her, "You have not made the pact yet. That is why your body is weak and any bump affects you." She got embarrassed and told him, "What are you saying? Please do not interfere in my privacy." The next morning, the girl and the boy got into their car and went to the city. When they arrived, they entered the only restaurant there. At that time, the girl's brother's male and female assistants arrived and stayed in the car watching them from afar. As for the boy, he drank a glass of juice, after which the waiter gave him a bill for a very large amount. The boy told the girl, "Go outside because there's going to be a fight now. I am not paying the bill." The girl got up and slipped out of the restaurant, but the waiter pointed a gun at her. The boy grabbed his hand, but suddenly the boy felt weak and could not stand on his feet. The girl asked the waiter, "What did you make him drink?" He told her, "I gave him a serum that will make him a normal human without hyperpowers for 5 days. I did this so he could not defend himself." He told her, "You pay the bill now before I mess you up." Just then, a gang arrived, pointed weapons at all of them, took the boy and the girl, and left. The girl's brother's assistants followed them in the car. When the girl and boy entered the gang's headquarters, the gang leader turned out to be the boy's prison mate. They had escaped together 2 years ago. The gang leader said, "Where have you been? I have been looking for you for a long time. Without you, I would be dead in prison. From today, you will be my right hand in the gang." The boy told him, "I do not care about your business at all." The gang leader said, "How can you say that? You are my role model. Even my gang's logo is the birthmark on your shoulder." The boy told him, "My wife and I are tired and want to rest." He had one of the gang members take the girl to their room while he sat to talk a bit with the boy. When the boy returned to the room, he found the girl in a very difficult state. She told him, "Let us just finish and make the pact now." He refused to exploit the situation and restrained himself with difficulty. In the morning, the assistants of the girl's brother managed to enter the gang's headquarters and caught a mama's boy who turned out to be part of the squad that came to Sunset Valley on a mission and disappeared. The mama's boy had joined the gang because they paid well. The male assistant told him if he did not do what he asked, he would kill his mother. He replied, "My mother, I am at your service." At that time, the boy and girl were having breakfast with the gang leader. He left them and went to finish off one of his men. When he returned to the boy and girl, he told them he had to kill him because he wanted to leave the gang. He warned, "Do not think I am threatening you. I will give you time to think whether you will be with me or join the late guy." Just then, the girl found the mama's boy, serving her a plate of food. She found a message inside the plate with the license plate number of the car that would smuggle them out. When the boy and girl went to their room, the girl told the boy everything. He told her, "Pretend to be sick, and I will tell the gang leader I am taking you to the hospital. When we get out of here, we will take the car and escape." However, the gang leader went to their room on his own. The boy told him his wife was sick, so the gang leader said, "I will get her a wheelchair, and you go with her to the doctor to check on her." After a while, he brought the wheelchair to the room door. When the boy went to grab the wheelchair to move it, the gang leader said, let me, it is my duty." When they reached the elevator, the gang leader entered with the girl, then a gang member stopped the boy from entering with them. The gang leader told the boy, "The elevator does not, takes only 2. Catch up with us on the stairs." The boy ran to catch up with them, but when he exited the villa, he found the girl was fine, so he was relieved. He and the girl got into the car. Who was driving this car? The girl's brother's male assistant, with the female assistant sitting next to him. After the car moved a bit, the boy betrayed them and injected both of them with the serum that stopped them from being hypers for 5 days. Then, the girl got angry with him, so he told her he made a deal with the gang leader to get to the man who had the memory card. When they returned to the gang's headquarters, the leader had his men tie up the male and female assistants and told them if they left the police and joined his gang, he would not kill them. When they refused, the gang leader told the girl, "If you want to prove your good intentions, take this gun and finish them off." Of course, the girl refused. The boy told the gang leader, "Actually, my wife is a softie and does not know how to use a gun." He picked her her up on his lap, held the gun with her, and pressed the trigger himself, but aimed away from the two so the bullets did not hit them. The gang leader told the two, "I will give you a 2-day chance to think." The boy carried the girl and they went to their room. There the girl was extremely angry and asked the boy, "How could you sell them out?" He told her that the gang leader told him he would lead him to the man with the memory card if he finished them off, and gave him the serum to inject them so they would become human but not hypers. Then he would finish them off easily. He told her that after he carried out his mission, the gang leader told him the memory card was in the Sunset Forest. She told him, "You have not changed, and you never will. How could you sacrifice them to get what you want? Tomorrow, you will do this to me. If I knew you would be like this, I would not have agreed to marry you, and I would have married my brother's poor assistant whom you are going to kill." He told her, "Take back what you said." She replied, "It will not happen, and I tell you I am just a means for you to achieve what you want. Take my body, but my heart will never be yours." The boy was deeply affected by her words and approached her, but held back at the last moment and moved away from her. Because of her words, the boy did not sleep all night. When he woke up, his eyes were puffy. The girl said to him, "Maybe your conscience woke up and kept pricking you all night." Before he could reply, they found the gang leader in the room, telling them he would take them to show them a very important place. They went with him, and he showed them a warehouse where he kept the serum injections that restored the hyper's power. He told them he used it if he wanted to double the power of the hypers in his gang. The girl told herself if she could reach those injections, she would give them to her brother's assistants, and then they would inject themselves, and the hyper's power would return to them, allowing them to escape. After that, the gang leader and the mama's boy took them to the weapons warehouse. The girl focused well and saw the code as he opened the warehouse door with the password. When they entered the warehouse, the gang leader told the girl, "Choose the weapon you want to finish off your brother's assistants with." When she went in with the boy, she saw explosives, so she stole them and hid them inside her trouser leg. The boy chose a light gun for her, suitable for her size, and gave it to her. While returning to the gang leader, the girl walked slowly and limped so the explosives would not fall. But the gang leader noticed and was about to lift her trouser leg when the boy grabbed his hand and told him, "I do not like anyone touching my things." He picked the girl up and carried her out of the warehouse. While at lunch, the gang leader told her, "Finish them off." She held the gun and pointed it at them. The boy told her, "Tighten your waist and raise your arm so you can put 2 bullets in them to end their lives and be done." She did everything he told her, but still could not aim at them. The boy told the gang leader they still have time left. He carried his wife and went to their room. When they arrived there, the girl had decided to save her brother's assistants. She hit the boy on the head, so he pretended to faint. She dragged him to the bed and told him, "This is the last time I will see you." She took the explosives, tied a rope to the window, climbed down, and went to the warehouse containing the serum. At that time, the gang leader and his men were watching her. The girl set the dynamite and detonated it. The gang leader's men got distracted and moved away from the warehouse where the assistants were held. She entered the password, opened the door, took 2 rifles, and shot at the gang exactly as the boy had taught her. When she reached her brother's assistants, she untied them and gave them the serum and weapons. The gang leader and his men surrounded them and opened fire on them. Suddenly, the boy arrived in that gorgeous car and shot at the gang leader and his men. He signaled the girl and her companions to get in the car. They ran toward him, but the gang leader fired a shot at the boy, which lodged in his back. He fell into the girl's arms, who panicked when she saw the blood. She took him and they got into a car, while her brother's assistants got into another car and followed them. The boy was in a critical condition. The gang leader and his men chased them and shot at them, so the assistants returned fire, overturning 2 cars. The third one contained the gang leader. At that time, the boy told the girl, "We will go to Sunset Forest to look for the memory card there." She activated the autopilot and set the destination for it. The gang leader followed them for a while, but when he found the fog surrounding them, he told the driver of the car, "Stop until this fog clears." At that time, the boy had fallen asleep, and the girl also felt sleepy and indeed drifted off, asleep. When she woke up, she found herself next to the boys' university and heard an employee saying they were in the year 2020. She was surprised because that meant she had traveled back in time 5 years. Suddenly, she saw several people bullying the boy and hitting him, so she stood up to them and told them, "Get away from him. He is my husband." The boy hitting our boy asked her, "How is that even possible?" He was about to raise his hand against her, but our boy exploded in rage at him and his group, beat them up, piled them all together, immobilized her, and asked, "Who are you, and why did you say that?" She told him, "I dreamed we would get married in 5 years." He told her, "I do not need this nonsense," left her, and walked away. She kept walking after him. When he reached his house, he was extremely tired and unable to stand on his feet, so she supported him. At that time, we noticed several people, disguised as cleaners, watching the boy's house. The girl entered the house with the boy and introduced herself to his parents as his girlfriend. Of course, they were surprised by the age difference because in this time the boy was 5 years younger than the girl. However, However, they approved of the relationship. The boy's mother told the girl, the most important thing is that this relationship does not distract you from studying. The girl told her, of course, do not worry. The boy's mother took out a digital camera and said, this camera is the latest model. The girl said, I know how to take pictures with it, and took a picture of all of them together. At that time, the boy got more tired, so he went up to his room, and she went up with him. Because he did not know anything about his virus at that time, the girl sacrificed and got close to him just so he would get better. Nothing more, but he pushed his luck, so she pushed him away. The boy's mother knocked on their door and gave the girl a tray with croissants and delicious sweets. When she saw her, she asked, why is your mouth swollen like that? Stop eating red chili. Eat croissants instead. She replied, yes, you are right. She took the food, went to sit next to the boy who was sleeping, ate, and then fell asleep too. They both woke up to the sound of something breaking on the floor below. When they went down, they found the boy's parents murdered. The boy was shocked, but because he did not know how to express his feelings, he could not even cry. The girl told him, you must cry, otherwise when the police arrive, they will accuse you of killing them. She took him and made him cut an onion. He told her, my parents are murdered and I cannot even cry for them. I do not know why I am suffering like this. Just then, they heard police cars. The boy pushed the girl into his room and locked the door. Then the girl's brother arrived, arrested him, and took him to the police car. He pushed them away and entered the house to go back to her, but found himself inside the girl's room when she was little. She asked him, you are a thief, right? He looked around and asked himself, how did I get here? The little girl gave him juice to drink. He saw her arms full of needle marks, so he asked her, what is this? She told him, my dad takes a lot of blood from me because my blood has great power. Then, she told him, my dad arrived. Hide quickly. She went out to her dad. After a while, the boy came out of the room and left the house, but when he went down the stairs, he found himself back in front of the girl's apartment. When he entered the apartment, he found her crying, so he picked her up and ran away with her. Oh, what a twist. Are you focusing with us, guys? Anyway, her father ran after them. The little girl told him which way to go, so he went exactly as she said until they reached her mother's room, who was in a coma. The girl told him, my mom has been sick for a long time and my dad takes my blood to find a cure for her. She thanked him because he let her see her mom. Then she told him, escape from the window before my dad arrives. He told her, escape with me. She said, I love my dad. And by the way, he is kind and was running after us because he thought you kidnapped me. He said goodbye to her and jumped from the window. Then he found himself inside the car with the girl sleeping on his arm. As he woke the girl up, she asked him, did you return to your home yet? He realized they both entered each other's dreams. When she woke up, she found the car broken down. So she told him, it seems we have to continue on foot. He told her, we must take a shortcut because surely the gang leader and his men are looking for us now. When they got out of the car, he could not walk because of the wound on his body. The girl supported him, but the further they walked into the forest, the heavier the boy's body became, burdening her more. But what comforted them was finding the memory unit with the research, which looked like a piece of glass, meaning no one would suspect that it contained any data. However, their joy did not last because the boy's condition deteriorated and he fell, pulling her with him. When the girl woke up, she found the boy lying near her. She approached him and tried to give him some energy, but nothing worked. At that time, the gang leader and his men were looking for them in the forest. Indeed, the gang leader managed to reach the girl, who was standing on a very high hill, something like a mountain. When he asked her about the boy, she told him she did not know where he was. At that time, we see the boy unconscious in the forest, and the girl had hidden him in a concealed spot so they could not reach him. However, the ruthless gang leader hit the girl, knocking her unconscious. Then he threw her off the mountain. Suddenly, he found a dragon in front of him with the boy on it. The girl and the boy came down from the dragon, with him carrying the girl. The gang leader told him, love has changed you, my friend. Remember when we met in prison? That day I was tired of torture and took out the gun to finish myself off, but you stopped me and told me you will not die here. You took me and we escaped. That day I wanted to go with you, but you told me our paths were different. From that day, I decided to gather a gang with the mission to finish off the police who tortured us. All this time I was looking for you to join forces. The boy told him, I fight the police because I want to get rid of their injustice, but you fight them to prove your power and oppress the hypers who will not agree. Join your side. The gang leader told him life had no meaning anymore, my friend, and shot himself. The boy fainted, and the girl fainted too. When she woke up, she found herself in a hospital. Her brother put a watch on her and told her that watch monitored her pulse all the time. If anything happened to her, it would send a signal to his watch and show her location. She told him he would be watching her all the time. He told her he did it for her own good. She asked about the boy's location. He told her they operated on him and removed the bullet from his body, and he was sleeping in the room next to hers. She told him she saw a dragon in the forest. Her brother remembered when he trained the boy in prison to control a dragon cloned from ancient dragon bones. At night, the boy and girl returned to their apartment. The boy took her and showed her the dragon. She told him the dragon was very cute. She told him she knew the man who killed his parents was a policeman woman, and she saw him from behind. He told her he saw him too, but did not know who he was yet, but he would look for him and take revenge. She told him after they found the remaining 2 memory chips, she would look for him together. She added she was happy they found each other, and that she was starting to like him. He was very happy with her words. After that, they walked a bit together. Since it was very cold, the boy gave the girl his jacket to warm her up. She told him she got him a gift and kept searching her pockets but did not find the gift. She told him she might have dropped it and would look for it on the path they walked. She went back to look for it. At that moment, the boy remembered that the medicine the director gave him a while ago was the reason he had feelings. But the director called him and told him he put normal vitamins in the box by mistake. The boy could not believe he was cured of the emotionless disease. He had, because he found a girl who truly loved him. The boy looked at her with love and asked himself how her love could change him like that. Suddenly, he found himself crying. He could not believe he had feelings like everyone else. At the same time, the girl found the photo of the boy with his parents on the ground. She took it to him. He hugged her while crying. For the first time, she hugged him from her heart because she had already fallen in love. But when she entered the house, she found the medicine box in the jacket pocket. When she searched for it, she learned it made a person with no feelings have fake feelings. She was shocked because she learned his feelings for her all this time were an illusion. In the morning, the director sent the boy a message saying the second piece of the glass chip with the cure data was bought by a businessman who collected antiques and rare items, but he knew nothing about him. When the boy told this to the girl, she said that someone who had something that expensive would surely insure it at the biggest insurance company. They called the company and had an insurance employee come to the house. The girl asked him if they had a glass chip with important data and wanted to insure it, what the insurance amount would be. He told her a sleazy person insured a chip like that with them for $3 million and gave her all his data. At that same time, the girl's brother met his female boss who told him the sleazy guy's data and informed him they had to reach him, take the chip, and destroy it because the virus had to remain so they could control people. The next day, the boy and girl went to the sleazy guy at the restaurant where he was used to having lunch every day. The boy told him they knew he had a glass memory chip and wanted to buy it from him for whatever amount he wanted. He told them he would give it to them for free on one condition. He showed them a photo of a cute girl and told them she was his friend's girlfriend and he suspected she was cheating. If they could find out if she was cheating or not, he would give them the chip for free. The boy and girl accepted the challenge and decided to join hands and fulfill the sleazy guy's condition to get the memory chip from him. Will they succeed in their mission or not? In the previous part, we learned that a virus called Affinity spread on planet Y and infected the hybrids of type A and B who were attracted to each other. At that time, our heroes learned that there was a serum that could treat the hybrids and eliminate the virus. But the data for this serum was in 3 chips, and each chip was in a different place. So they searched until they reached first chip, and they found out who had the second chip, so they went to meet him and take it from him. Let's see what will happen to them. And not just our girl and our boy who spoke with the clingy guy. Also, our girl's brother and his assistant, whom he had a crush on, went to the clingy guy's house and asked him for the memory chip. Our girl's brother offered him a large sum, so he told him the same thing that he told our girl and our boy, find out who the cutie is cheating on my friend with, and I will give you the chip. So the assistant told him, you surely mean your wife, not your friend's wife. Our girl's brother told the clingy guy, don't mind her words, she is crazy and we are treating her. The next day, our girl's brother and his assistant went to the cute restaurant to meet her and find out if she was cheating on the clingy guy. When they entered the restaurant, they found our boy and our girl there. As soon as our girl's brother saw his sister, he turned to leave, but his sister said, come here, I caught you. Are you here on a date? He told her, who, me? No, don't misunderstand. This is my colleague. She told him, cut the act. It looks like you fell in love. I like them and approve of this relationship. He said, stop, I get shy. I knew that you met the clingy guy and asked him for the chip. That is why I will let my assistant help you. In a second, his assistant arrived. This assistant sat and flirted and acted sweet with our girl. Our boy told him, wake up, man. The one you are talking to is my wife. Our girl asked, what did the man do? He is very polite and kind. Our boy glared at her and said, okay, get up, let's go home. She listened and left with him. When they returned home, our boy hugged her and asked, what is wrong? Why have you changed with me? We were fine yesterday. She replied, stop it. I found out that everything you do with me is acting. He asked, what do you mean? I do not understand anything. She said, I have a headache. Leave me alone. She went to her room thinking deeply until she found that the cutie ordered flowers from a page on Facebook. The next day, she, our boy, and her brother's assistant went to the flower shop and tried to get her address from the owner, but he refused to give them the address. However, they saw the delivery man leaving the shop on his bicycle and knew he was going to deliver the cutie's order. They got in the car and followed him. Suddenly, the order fell from the delivery man, so he stopped to get it before the car hit him. By seconds, our boy got out quickly and stopped the car with his hands. Our girl girl and her brother's assistant got out of the car. Our girl checked on our boy's hand and found it swollen. She pretended not to care and told her brother's assistant, see if there is anything for his hand. As the three of them went to the cutie's apartment, our boy got tired and told them, you go, I will rest in the car until you finish. He left them and returned to the car. Our girl told her brother's assistant, sorry, you go, I will go back to check on him. She followed him into the car and found him in a very bad state. She told him, I have the serum injection in the bag, I will give it to you. He got close to her and said, there is a faster cure. She told him, according to the contract between us, you have the right to get close to me only when you are tired, but do not get too close. He gathered his scattered dignity, moved away, and asked, so if you sign this contract with anyone else, would you let him get close to you, right? She did not answer. He moved away, grabbed the syringe, and threw it to her. She injected him with it. Then, her brother's assistant sent her a message saying that this address belonged to the cutie's friend, and she sent her flowers for the opening of her cafe. The next day, our girl and our boy went to the cutie's friend's cafe. They were surprised when the cutie came to sit with them at the table and asked our girl, why do you keep visiting my page? Our girl confessed everything to her. The cutie told her, cheat on him? I love him, but he ignores me. I try to get close to him, but he always moves away from me. He told me he wanted me to leave the house for a while because he had important work to focus on. I want revenge for everything he did to me. That night, our boy called the clingy guy and said, your wife cheated on you. Meet me to find out who with. He gave him the address and time set of the meeting. As soon as he arrived, he was hit on the head with a stick and fainted. When he woke up, he found himself in a strange place, and our boy changed his voice and covered his face. He told him, you are now in the afterlife and will be judged for everything you did to your poor wife. It turned out that the man was innocent and loved her. However, he heard her talking on the phone saying that married life was suffocating and that each of them must have their own space. That is why he stopped talking to her and stayed away so she would not get bored and leave him. When she ordered food, he would see what she ordered, cook it for her, and give it to her as the delivery. He would eat the actual order, which did not taste the best. Look, son, all the women on earth are satisfied with you. When his wife heard this, she asked him, why then? All this hassle. I love you and you love me. Why do we do this? It turned out he knew the plot from the start and knew that she and her companions were interrogating him. He went to her and said, I love you so much. We must not waste the rest of our lives apart. He took her and they left. What happened affected our girl and our boy deeply. When they returned home, our girl told him, I wished your feelings were real, not because of the medicine you take. He told her, this medicine is just vitamins. You really cured me. I learned to love, get jealous, and forgive like normal people. She said, well, you know I love you. He replied, finally you said it. I adore you. Just then, the clingy guy sent them the memory chip. Our girl put the two chips together, connected them to the laptop, and copied the information. Our boy kept clinging to her and did not want to leave her for a moment. When she got busy with the laptop, he carried her and the laptop to the bedroom. She told him, stop making excuses. Let's sleep to see what we have to do tomorrow morning. In the morning, our girl's brother found out that the clingy guy sold the chip. When he searched, he learned that the clingy guy sold the chip to his sister. He got annoyed and asked his male and female assistants, I wonder why my sister is collecting these chips? If the director found out that she is collecting them, her life will be in danger. He ordered his female assistant to steal the chips from his sister. He ordered the male assistant to search for the third chip at the port. At night, our girl's brother took his female assistant and went to have dinner with our boy and our girl. His assistant told our girl she wanted hand moisturizer. Our girl told her, the moisturizer is in my room. I will get it for you. She replied, no, stay comfortable. I will get it. Our boy suspected something and told our girl, I am going to the bathroom. He followed our girl's brother's assistant and saw her searching the closet. He approached her and closed the closet. Our girl and her brother arrived. When they saw them close to each other, they each got jealous over their partner. However, our boy managed to reconcile with our girl, and our girl's brother reconciled with his assistant. Later, our girl received a package. When they opened it, they found a hard drive. When they connected it to the laptop, they found a video of our girl's brother torturing our boy in prison. Our girl was shocked. When she asked our boy, he refused to answer, so she went to her brother and asked him, were you torturing my husband and performing experiments on him in prison? He told her, it happened. Your husband is just a tool. He has no feelings. His entire mission was for us to experiment on him, to use him as a weapon against our enemies. It is good that the game is now out in the open. Your husband married you to take revenge on me. He does not love you at all. Hand over the memory chips you have, because if the police director knew you had them, your life would be in danger. Our girl got angry at him and said, I do not believe you. You will never see these memory chips, because I will use this research to make a cure for the virus. She left him. Here, our girl's brother's assistant, who was hiding and heard all this, looked extremely upset because she's like our boy. The words she heard from our girl's brother meant he was using her and made the pact with her only to avoid death and take power from her. She tried to hide her sadness and told him, I will go out for a bit. She left him. After a while, the food our girl's brother ordered arrived. When he opened the order, it was donuts and cake that his assistant loved. It seemed he was deeply in love, but stubborn. Anyway, our girl was confused at that time and did not know if our boy really loved her or married her to take revenge on her brother. She called her friend and said, "Come drink tea with milk with me at the cafe. I am standing in front of the cafe we always used to go to." Her friend told her, "I am traveling for work. When I return, we will go together." After a while, our girl's friend called our girl's brother and told him, "Your sister called me half an hour ago to go to the cafe together. Now I found out there was a fire at that cafe. I am calling her, but she is not answering." He dropped everything and ran to the cafe. At that time, our boy called our girl's friend and asked her, "Do you know where my wife is? I am calling her, but her phone is off." She told him about the cafe, so he ran there. He found our girl's brother in the cafe. Before many boxes fell on him, he protected him. Then, our girl's brother told him, "It is good that the dog I raised still remembers to protect his trainer. It seems my taming of you was not in vain." Our boy told him, "Neither you nor 10 like you. The only one who could tame me is your sister." He laughed sarcastically and said, "My sister whom you married to take revenge on me? Rest assured, I told her that you do not love her and are using her to get revenge on me." When our girl's brother's assistant returned home and found he brought her favorite food, she forgot everything. When he returned, she was sweet with him. At that time, our boy arrived home and found our girl packing her clothes. He was shocked and asked her, "What are you doing?" She told him, "Stop it. I know your true reality. You do not love me and married me to take revenge on my brother." He told her, "That is unfair. After all this, you still say I do not love you? Look, if you really want me to stop hating your brother, love me deeply. Your love will overshadow all the hatred inside me." Our girl was moved by his sweet words and told him, "I agree, because I love you so much." That night, our girl forgave him and said, "Let's make the pact today." But when our boy felt she wanted to do this to protect her brother, he told her, "I am tired now, and you are tired too. Let's sleep and save the pact for later." She slept in his arms and told herself, "I will not lose my brother or my husband because I love them both. I will do my best to fix their relationship." In the morning, our girl's brother's assistant was in the office, injured and exhausted. He kept injecting himself with the serum, but it had no effect. When our girl's brother arrived, he asked him, "What are you doing?" He replied, "I went to the port and got beaten up by the gang there. In the end, still, I could not reach the chip. I want you to organize another competition so I can find a woman to contain me and make the pact with instead of getting beaten up like this." He told him, "You were so successful in the first competition. Search yourself. I have nothing to do with this." He left him angrily and went to our girl's house. Coincidentally, at the same time, her hand got injured. He tried to get close to her, but because he is not into illicit things, when he saw she was afraid, he left her. He also brought her a medical plaster and covered the wound on her hand. At that time, our boy arrived, and when he saw him close to his wife, he got angry and asked her, "Did he annoy you?" She told him, "No, do not worry," and told him what happened. Anyway, our girl's brother's assistant told her, "I want a favor from you. Tell your brother to transfer me. I want to work in an office and do not want to go on missions again. If you can, convince him I will not only tell you the memory location, I will also go with you to get it." She sent her brother a message saying, "If you want me to forgive you, transfer your assistant and do whatever he wants." He did everything she wanted. The next day, our girl's brother met his director. She asked him, "Did you get the memory from the clingy guy?" He said, "Not yet." She told him, "Hurry up a bit." He said, "God make it easy." When he left her, the hag went to her and said, "I was going to the library to ask him something, and I heard him saying that his sister is the one who took the memory chip." She told her, "I was sure he would betray us. We must find these chips and destroy them in any way, because if his sister finds the virus cure, our entire department will be canceled. That is why I will put my trust in you. I know women are always up to the task." She said, "Count on me. I will make you proud." Anyway, our boy, our girl, and her brother's assistant went to the port, which turned out to be in a place in the desert. Our girl's brother's assistant gave them something like scarves to cover their hair and faces, like the gang members who control the port. When they arrived at the place, they saw boxing club ads hanging everywhere. Our girl's brother's assistant told them he was in this club 3 days ago, and the organizer of the boxing competitions told him the first place prize was a glass memory chip. So he entered the competition and defeated 9 people and took first place. But the man scammed him and gave him a manhole cover and told him, "Memory chip, this is your life. Take this manhole cover. That is all I have for you." The strange thing is they found pictures of our boy hanging everywhere with writing saying the port leader wants him at any cost. So our boy told the assistant of our girl's brother, "We must split up. Take her and look for the chip, and I will go to the leader." As soon as they left, our boy told the leader's men, "I am here. Take me to your leader." So they took him with them. At that time, the hag arrived and told our girl, "Your brother sent me to take you to him because he wants you for an important matter." Our girl's brother's assistant let her get in the car with the hag. While on the way, our girl tried to call her brother. The hag took the phone from her, took off the watch on her hand, threw it away, and threatened her with a gun. Our girl got scared, but after a while, a car stopped them. The mysterious man got out with his gang and they tied up the hag. The mysterious mysterious man put the watch back on our girl, put her in his car, took her to this place, and left her there. She went in to hide and sent a distress signal to her brother. As for our boy, he discovered that the gang leader was the vixen, who told him, I still want you. True, I got married, but my husband is useless, and I am the one supporting him. By the way, I am rich, and my mom is the department director. Just say yes, and I will treat you right. He told her, it is not by force. I cannot stand even hearing your voice. He left her and walked away. At night, the gang reached our girl. Before they could hurt her, her brother arrived, having injured himself. As soon as the gang women smelled his blood, they ran towards him. Here, our girl's brother's lover appeared and confronted them. One of the gang members made the crow he controls attack them. Our girl's brother's lover flew into the sky, took out a sword, and finished off the crow. The rest of the gang shot fire at them, so the brother's assistant appeared with the manhole cover and protected them from the bullets. So they released the crows on them. Here, our boy arrived on a dragon and finished off all the crows. Our boy landed on the ground, and our girl's brother, his lover, and the assistant stood in one line facing the gang. At that time, the gang ran away in fear. Our girl's eyes teared up with joy. Her brother and her husband extended their hands to help her stand. She held both their hands. When her brother told her, I will take you home, our boy told him, mind your own business. He took her and walked away. She told him, I am so happy to see you and my brother united. At that time, her brother told his lover, you go. I will arrive before 12 to celebrate your birthday together. He left her and went to buy her a gift. At that time, the director sent her men to our girl's brother's lover to finish her off. When the brother returned home, he found her between life and death. He broke down as she died in his arms. In the morning, our girl woke up to prepare breakfast for our boy herself. He followed her to the kitchen and told her, I do not want you to pressure yourself, so I forgive your brother. I want you to act naturally. She told him, if that is the case, good night. I'm going to sleep and wake up to find you finish the food. When she woke up a bit later, he was still cooking. She said, carry me, my feet hurt. So he carried her while he was making the food, gave her a drink, and fed her while carrying her, just like exactly what happens at our place. But at our place, he paralyzes her, not carries her. Anyway, her brother arrived, then our boy made them 2 cups of juice. He left them alone and stood eavesdropping on them. He was surprised when he heard him tell her, you were right and I was wrong. The affinity A loves and is loyal. To those they love and deserve to live with dignity, he told her. I regret everything I did and will try to atone for my mistake. She told him, I cannot believe you changed like this. Surely your assistant who became your lover is the reason for this tremendous change. He told her, yes, you are right. She told him, wait, I must film you on video saying this. When he left her place, he had 2 fake memory chips with him. He went to the director, gave them to her, and told her, I do not want you to hurt my sister. She told him, he who betrays me must die. That is why I will let you die by yourself. You know the abandoned building in front of the department? You will go there and blow up the building while you are inside. He told her, I actually do not want to live, but you must promise me not to hurt my sister after I die. She told him, I do not promise you. He said to her, okay, I left a file containing all your crimes with one of my men. If you hurt my sister, he will hand over the file to the government. He left her, went to the abandoned building, and sat next to the bomb he installed. His condition was very difficult due to his sadness over his lover and his weakness because she was not by his side. At that time, his watch sent a signal to our girl that her brother was in danger and pinpointed his location. She told her husband, and they both ran there. When they arrived, her husband told her, stay here, I will go in to save him. He left her and entered the building. He found him sitting on the ground next to the bomb. He carried him on his back and walked him out of the building. He asked him, why are you doing this? He replied, because if I died, my sweetheart's heart would break. He told him, my sister was right when she chose you. He confessed to him that he had a hand in the death of his father and mother. He was shocked and put him down on the ground. Here, our girl's brother threw himself from the 3rd floor. At the same time, part of the building exploded and stones fell on him. When our girl saw what happened, she was shocked and went up to our boy and asked him, how did you not catch my brother before he threw himself? He told her, I froze in place when he told me he had a hand in the death of us, my parents. Forget him as if he never existed, and come, let's continue our lives together with a fresh start. She slapped him on his face and asked, who told you that I could choose you and sell out my brother? She left him and went down to save her brother. He told her, as long as I am not important to you, from today, you also will not be important to me. At that time, our girl moved the bricks away from her brother's corpse, but more bricks fell on her. Here, the dragon appeared and protected her. The next day, our girl woke up in the hospital. Then, our boy told her he would go get the doctor. As soon as he left the room, her brother's assistant arrived and told her, your brother came to me the day before, yesterday, and told me his lover died and that he would join her. Besides loving her, he made a pact with her, and he cannot make a pact with anyone else. Because she died, with time he would weaken and die too. He said to me that he would give the director fake memory chips and tries. He told me the technical department would surely reveal they were fake and asked me to change the report before it reached the director. He informed me he agreed agreed with the director to ransom your life, your husband's and mine, with his life. He also asked me to take care of you. He handed her a letter from her brother. When she read it, she found he wrote to her, "Enough crying now. I want you to bury me and my lover next to each other. Do not be reckless to avenge me. If you really want to avenge me, then you must find the remaining chips and figure out the medicine formula that will save us from the affinity virus. Then the entire department will be canceled and the director will be fired." Our boy heard all these words. Anyway, our girl executed her brother's will and buried him next to his lover. Afterwards, she packed her clothes and told our boy, "I cannot live with you again. We must break up. I know that my brother committed suicide, but you will never forget that I am the sister of the one who killed your parents. Besides, I am confused and do not want to continue. We never made the pact anyway, so you can find any other woman to continue your life with, and I will search for the chips alone," he told her. "But I changed the door lock and the key is with me, and I will not give it to you. You know that. I was not going to save you, but your brother linked the dragon's consciousness to mine. That is why the dragon came on its own, to save you. I love you, even if I showed otherwise. No matter how much I try to forget you, I will still love you. So settle down. If love did not bring us together, then hatred will." In the morning, he made her a magnificent breakfast and told her, "Come eat." She said, "I am not eating." He told her, "If you eat, I will let you try to take the key from me." She ate one bite. He told her, "You have 1 minute to try to take the key." She tried to reach the key, but she could not. So she acted sweet and flirted with him. He told her, "Not on me, honey." Here, he received a message from someone telling him, "Meet me in an hour," and giving him an address. He left her, went to him, and locked the door on her. When he went to him, he told him, "Your wife's brother tasked me before he died to tell you the truth. When the department knew that your blood had a high concentration of the virus, the director wanted to get to you in any way. She sent 2 of her men to convince your parents to hand you over to her. When your parents refused, they killed them. Afterwards, the director sent your brother-in-law and a few people with him to arrest you. This means your real enemy is the director, not your wife's brother." At that time, our girl was scrolling through her brother's phone. She found a photo her brother took of the package that arrived for her, which contained the hard drive with the torture video. She learned that her brother discovered that the one who sent her the hard drive was her husband himself. Here, our girl told herself that our boy got close to her and married her to separate her from her brother and take revenge on him because he had a hand in his parents' death and also because he tortured him in prison. She felt guilty because she was the reason for executing our boy's revenge and killing her brother. She went and turned on the stove and left it to suffocate and die. When our boy arrived, he found her fainted. He carried her and took her to the hospital. She was literally between life and death, and he was devastated. He transferred his blood to her and saved her at the last moment before she died. Because of what happened to our girl, she went into a coma. Our boy did not know how to act or what to do. The lab director told him all her vital signs are good and she should wake up, but it seems like she is the one who does not want to wake up. Our boy told him, "But I will not give up and I must make her return to the world again." He took her to the sunset forest and there he entered inside her dreams. At that time, our girl was living in a dream world where she was fired from work, so she went to live in her family's old house on the mountain and opened a small hotel within her means. Our boy booked a whole month at the hotel. One day, she was gathering firewood with her friend. When her friend left her and walked away, she saw our boy fainted. Of course, she did not know who he was. He was faking it and pretending to be fainted so she would take him to her house. Whatever he calculated, he found. She took him to her house. As soon as he opened his eyes, she asked him, "What happened?" He told her, "I came to spend a vacation here to photograph polar bears. Because of the snowstorm, I got lost, and my bags were lost. I kept walking and walking until I got tired and fainted." She told him, "Okay, I will make you food so your energy returns." She got up to prepare food for him. As soon as she told him, "You must go now to the hotel because you cannot stay overnight with me here," he pretended to be tired again. She told him, "Fine, stay, so if you get tired again, I can take care of it." When the power went out at night, our girl went out to check the electricity box. At that time, she found a bear running towards her, so she ran towards her house. When she found our boy in front of her, she threw herself into his arms and said, "Help me, a bear appeared to me." He took her and they hid. The chill bear opened the door, then opened the fridge and took food out of it. When it got full, it walked away normally. "Wait, have a cup of tea." The next day, our boy fixed the door and windows for her. When she offered him a soft drink, he drank with a straw and got very close to our girl. She kept focusing on his way of drinking and fell in love with him for the second time. Because our girl had been single for a long time and had emotional drought, she told our boy, "Get closer to me a little. What is wrong with you?" He told her, "I have actually never been close to a girl before, honestly." Anyway, he gave her a dose of affection. She told him, "That is enough. You did well." She got up and left him. The next day, she told him, "Teach me how to organize myself." He told her, "Is that all? You command." He went and got close to her. She liked the situation and said, "Why don't we date?" He could not believe it and said, "I am in." He lived with her in her apartment and took care of her like before. But our girl always saw words in front of her warning her about our boy, like, "He is a liar. brother. Do not believe him. But she did not care about the matter. One day, her brother and his lover appeared to them. Her brother treated him as if they were friends. But after a while, our girl and our boy were transported to the place where her brother died. She told him, I do not want to wake up. I will stay living inside the coma forever. Every time we meet, we will love each other. And every time, I will also leave you and make you feel what it means for someone you love to be away from, so you feel what I feel. You do not know how much pain I am in since my brother's death. I will take revenge on you 1,000 times and will never wake up from this coma. Our boy cried and broke down, telling her, please do not take revenge on me this way. Please, I am sorry. Forgive me. She laughed and threw herself from the same place where her brother threw himself and died. Here, our boy woke up from the dream, terrified, and looked at our girl sleeping next to him. He told her, if you decided to stay, living inside dreams, then I will live with you there. He held her hand and entered her dream again. But this time, our girl woke up and found herself inside our boy's room. When she left the room, she saw our boy killing the officer who killed his father and mother. Thanks God, this officer was not her brother. Our boy dragged the officer by his hands and took him into another room. Our girl went after him. Then she saw our boy in prison and saw her brother from the back torturing him. Our boy went and plunged the knife into his heart. The dream repeated again in front of her. But when our boy brought the knife close to her brother to kill him, she held his hand and told him, do you not see who you are killing? Here, he saw that he was not killing her brother, he was killing himself. Our girl told him, every time you try to take revenge on those who killed your parents, you are torturing yourself, not torturing them. I now understand that revenge burns its owner. That is why I will not live inside my dreams again, nor will I think of taking revenge on you. She extended her hand to him and said, let's get out of here. He held her hand. Then our girl woke up from the coma. Our boy threw himself into her arms and told her, I missed you. When they returned home, he himself prepared her bag and told her, take care of yourself. She told him, I love you so much, but I am still confused and feel we need to take a break. But since this is the last day we will spend together, let's treat ourselves. They were sweet and affectionate with each other for a while, but they still did not make the pact. When our boy woke up, he found she was gone. After a year, our girl was leaving her work at the research lab. Then 2 of her colleagues tried to get close to her, but she told them, no, do not delay you. My darling has arrived. Her brother's assistant arrived and signaled her to get in the car with him. When she got in the car with him, she thanked him because he always pretended to be her lover to keep admirers away from her. She told him, I do not know how to reward you. He told her, simple, love me for real. She told him, did you forget that I'm a married woman? True, I am separated from my husband, but I will never cheat on him. He told her, okay, lady, do not push it. I was joking. She told him, yeah, I thought so. At night, he went to her house, cooked for her, and they ate together. When she asked him about the last memory chip, he told her that he knew it was in a small village, but the problem was that this village was known to be haunted by jinn and ghosts. She told him, I do not believe in this talk. Find us someone who knows this village well to take us there. He told her, I managed to find someone working as a tour guide who will take us to the village. Who was listening to their entire conversation? Our boy. He was also getting ready to go to the village. The next day, they met the tour guide. When he learned from them that they wanted to go to this village, he told them, no, life is not cheap. I will not go there. So our girl's brother's assistant gave him double the amount they agreed upon. He told him, at your service, Pasha. In the morning, they went with the tour guide to the forest near the village. Both of them got tired quickly from walking. The guide told them, we will rest here for a bit. At that time, a call came to the guide from the hag who took our girl's brother's place. She told him she wanted to go to the village. He asked her, why has this village suddenly become so appealing to all of you? I have 2 clients with me, and I am taking them there now. She described our girl and her brother's assistant to him. He told her, yes, they are the ones. How did you know what they look like? She told him, never mind. Send me your location. He sent her the location. When our girl and her brother's assistant heard the call, they ran for their lives because they were sure the hag would send her men to finish them off. What they calculated, they found. The hag and her men arrived and chased them. They hid from them. When they reached them, they heard the voice of someone dressed exactly like them and covering his face, telling them, follow me. I found them. They followed him. Then our girl's brother's assistant took her and they ran to the other side. But our girl's heart felt that her lover was in danger, so she left her brother's assistant and ran towards him. At that time, our boy had finished off the 2 who were running after our girl. Here, the hag told the hybrids, if you finish off the 3 of them, I will give you a big reward. They ran towards our boy, who was already tired and injecting himself with many serum shots, but did nothing. When they attacked him, he finished off one of them. Here, the second one approached our boy to kill him, but our girl arrived and smashed a rock on his head, so he fell to the ground. Here, our girl ran to our boy and helped him up from the ground. He threw himself into her arms and cried. At that time, the village mayor appeared with a few people and told them he saw our boy beating the men and knew he was manly. That is why he wanted him to help him. He took the 3 of them with him to the village. There, he told them that their village was doing fine and they were going to film a movie there. On the day, the producer and actors were having a party in the old celebration hut, and his wife was also filming. Everyone present with her expensive camera, suddenly a ghost appeared to them, so they all ran away and left the camera and did not return to get it. The mayor's wife told them that the memory card of this camera had photos of very important projects, and they must get it for her at any cost. Our boy told them, "We will go get it for you." He took our girl and our girl's brother's assistant and went there. Our girl's brother's assistant was terrified, his knees knocking together. Anyway, they found the last memory chip. Suddenly the ghost appeared to them, so they ran. But our girl's brother's assistant from terror could not move from his place. Our boy carried him and they ran and got out of the hut. Our boy told him he would go back to get the camera. Our girl told him, "Do not go. I am afraid for you." He told her, "Do not worry." He went back to the hut and took the camera. Here, the ghost appeared to him, so our girl arrived and pulled the clothes off the ghost. They found it was a crow. After that, they went to the village mayor and returned the camera to his wife. She was very happy and they all had dinner together. After a while, our girl told her brother's assistant she was tired and would go inside to sleep. She left him and went into her room. So he called our boy and asked him, "Is she sleeping now?" Our boy went to her room and transferred his blood to her so her strength would return. Then he put everything back as it was and got up from her side. She sensed him and got up to look for him while he was hiding in her room. She searched the room. Before she saw our boy, her brother's assistant entered and asked her, "Did you wake up or what?" She told him, "I feel like someone is with me in the room." He pretended to search the room. When he saw our boy, he played dumb and told her, "The room is fine. You must be just imagining things. You look tired and need a massage session." She told him, "Are you getting fresh or what? You know I am a married woman." He told her, "Never mind, it is your loss." Of course, our boy heard their words and wanted to slap our girl's brother's assistant twice on his face. When he left the room and our boy was sure our girl fell asleep, he got close to her and kept looking at her with love, his eyes full of tears. To make it worse, he heard her calling for her brother, so he knew her heart was still wounded and she would never forgive him. At that time, the hag and her men went to the village and searched for the memory chip, but of course they did not find it. The hag knew that our boy and our girl beat them to it and took the chip. In the morning, the hag went to the director's house and informed her of everything. When the vixen, her daughter, heard that our boy was with our girl in the village, she got angry and said, "I wish I knew what she has over me to make him follow her everywhere like that, like a lapdog." Her husband told her, "Consider my presence then." She told him, "Shut up. Do you even have a purpose? Besides, someone like you should not open his mouth. You are living off me and my mother." She left them and stood up. The vixen's father told him, "Keep your tongue inside your mouth and eat your bread while you are silent. Be like your father-in-law." The director glared at her husband, so he went completely silent. No manhood whatsoever. Anyway, the director told the hag, "Look for them. I want them alive because the memory chips we have turned out to be fake and they must never reach the serum." The hag told her, "Understood, and execution is underway." At that time, our girl was with her husband and her brother's assistant in the car. She told them, "We must go to a safe place to copy the data on the memory chips and start manufacturing the serum." Our boy told her, "The lab director has a house in a remote area and this house has a laboratory. I think this would be the most suitable place to go to right now." Our girl told him, "Perfect, let's go there." Here, our girl sneezed. Her brother's assistant told her, "The tissues are in the bag next to you." When she opened the bag, she found a blood transfusion device. She suspected that her husband was transferring blood to her when she slept so she would stay strong and not die because of the virus. As soon as they arrived at the director's house, a message came to our boy from the vixen's husband telling him, "Call me, it is urgent." Our boy told our girl, "You guys carry on. I have an important errand I will finish and come back to you right away." He left them and walked away. When our boy called him, he told him, "Well done, man. The information you gave me is what led me to the last chip." The vixen's husband told him, "Hurry up now. Let your wife make the serum quickly. I want to get rid of my wife, whom I can no longer stand, neither her nor her family. And be careful, my wife's mother gave instructions to arrest both of you." Our boy told him, "Do not worry about us, and may God help you with the vixen and her mother." At that time, our girl had managed to copy a large part of the information on the chips. At night, she told her brother's assistant, "I am tired and want to go to my room to rest." When our boy knew our girl was tired, he thought she needed his blood. He waited until he was sure she was asleep and went to her room. At that time, her brother's assistant acted tough and told him, "Did not you just give her blood yesterday? It seems it is not working anymore." Our boy told him, "Mind your own business," and entered our girl's room. When he approached the bed, he found she put a pillow instead of herself and covered it. He was startled. Here, our girl appeared and told him, "Explain to me what is happening." He told her, "Throughout the past years, the injections you were taking to control the virus in your blood were vitamin injections and sedatives. I used to come at night after you slept and transfer my blood to you through the device." She asked him, "And why were you doing this?" He told her, "Because I was afraid if you saw me, you would remember memories that upset upset you. She was touched by his words and asked him, how did you endure all this for me? Do you love me that much? He told her while crying, yes, and more than that. She told him, from today, do not hide your feelings, and I will try to compensate you for everything past. He threw himself into her arms and cried his heart out. When he tried to be affectionate with her, she told him, no, you misunderstood me. I told you not to hide your love for me, but give me time until I feel that I also love you again. He told her, I will do anything that pleases you, as long as I stay by your side. When both of them came out of the room together, her brother's assistant knew she discovered them. He told her, I want to speak with you alone. She said, sure. Both of them went to speak alone. Then he told her, I used to let him enter your room for your own good, and I was always nervous he might try something funny with you. Honestly, I love you, she told him. You too? And here I was thinking you stood by me to carry out my brother's will. Generally, I am not in a psychological state that allows me to love anyone at the moment. That is why let's stay friends. It is better, he told. I will try. At that time, the director's men surrounded the house where our girl and those with her were, and they called her to report ready. Here, the lab director appeared, threatened her with a gun, and told her, tell your men to stay away from the house. She was terrified and told them, withdraw immediately. They executed her orders. Take this coming shock with me. The lab director turned out to be our girl's father. Because the director killed his son and wants to kill his daughter, he shot her. But those with 7 lives do not die. They took her to the hospital, and after they performed surgery on her, she went into a coma. Better, we can rest from her for a bit. When our boy and our girl found out what happened to her, they said, she took the evil and went. Oh my God, my brother, I just said that a little while ago. But the vixen was sad for her mother. When her husband tried to console her, the capable woman slapped him on his face, left him, and walked away. Her husband called our boy and told him, all the evidence that sends the director and her daughter behind the sun, you will find it in a safe in the trunk of the director's car. At that moment, the vixen was standing behind him and told him, so it is you, you cheap traitor, betraying me? He told her, stop it, vixen. You think yourself beautiful while every little while you slap me? You look like my mother's mop, and I was squeezing a lemon on myself and tolerating you. But that is it. Enough is enough. My face is swollen from all the slaps I take from you, you tyrant. The vixen called. The hag and made her bring her men to arrest him. She went to the garage and tried to open the safe, but could not. She drove the car and left the garage with it. Our boy stopped the car. As soon as the vixen saw him, she took out the gun, got out of the car, and raised it at our boy, who did not flinch. She shot at him. Then he approached her, took the gun from her, threw it away, got in the car, and drove off with it. When he returned to the director's house, his condition was very difficult. He kept injecting himself with the serum, but his condition did not improve. When our girl saw him, she entered the room, approached him, hugged him, and asked, has this fatigue happened to you before? He said, yes. She asked, what made you endure all this alone? He did not answer her. Then our girl got close to him, but when she found him getting too comfortable, she pushed him away and said, this is my limit, and I agreed with you on this. He said, okay. Here, the lab director knocked on the door and told him that he made the serum and tested it on 3 volunteers, and they all became fine. That is why I sent the formula to the government to manufacture the serum and sell it to people. Our girl asked him, don't you think you rushed? He told her, no, I know exactly what I'm doing. But later, when our girl read the serum formula, she told our boy, there's a missing element in this serum. We must return it immediately. Here, we see that our girl's brother's assistant was one of the volunteers who took the serum. His condition was very critical, and he could not stand on his feet. At that time, our boy tried to call the police. The director arrived with a gun, threatened them, and informed him that the serum, PEM, would not only cure the hybrids, but also kill them, so the world would be cleansed and only normal people would remain. He confessed to our girl that he was her father, that the one who invented this serum formula was her mother, and our boy's father was her assistant. To make sure it was safe, she tested it on herself. Since that day, she has been in a coma. He tried to find a cure to bring her out of the coma, but failed. That is why he was performing experiments on our girl's blood when she was young. When he learned that his wife's assistant distributed the chips in many places, he tried to look for them, but he was weak. That is why he convinced our boy to help. He told her he did not want to involve her in this matter, but he found our boy insisting that she work with them in the lab. Here, our girl broke down and kept crying. Our boy threatened her father with the gun. To get out of this predicament, he told her that her mother was here and she could see her. She and our boy went to the room where her mother was. Of course, she was in a coma. When she bled in front of them, the nurse told them she needed a blood transfusion. Our boy told her, take my blood. As soon as our boy's blood was transferred to her, she woke up from the coma. When she saw our girl, she asked her, who are you? Our girl could not believe that her mother finally woke up from the coma and told her what her father did. As soon as her father knew his wife woke up, he ran to her and told her, I tried in every way to reach the serum that would wake you from the coma, but I failed. She told him, the important thing to me now is that you withdraw the serum formula from the market because I invented this serum to help the hybrids, not to kill them with it. He told her, your wish is my command. She told him, tell our girl the location of the volunteers. He told her, okay, my love. Here, he heard the sound of police sirens. He told her, I wish to stay by your side, but I made a mistake and must pay the price for my mistake. When he left his wife, he went to his daughter and said, please forgive me. I was watching over you all the time. When you were kidnapped in the desert, I covered my face and put the watch on you so your brother could reach you. When the gang leader was going to kill you, I went to our boy and woke him up so he could go to you and save you. Please, my daughter, forgive me. He asked our boy to take care of her and her mother. He told him, they are in my eyes. Do not worry. Here, our girl broke down and hugged him before he got handcuffed and the police arrested him. Afterwards, our boy and our girl went to get her brother's assistant out of the place where he was locked up and transferred him to the hospital. The director, who had woken up from the coma, was arrested and her daughter's husband gloated over her. Here we learn that all these events happened on a planet called Y, which resembles planet Earth about 30 years ago. Our girl continued her research until she found out that the missing component in the formula was helium, which was not very common on planet Y where they live. That is why they could not complete the serum. Their second choice was our boy's blood, which contained antibodies similar to helium. When our boy spoke to our girl's mother and told her he searched a lot for helium and did not find it, and that he wanted to donate his blood to the hybrids, she refused and told him, even if I agree, my daughter will not agree. Anyway, our boy went to visit our girl's brother's assistant in the hospital and asked our girl about his condition. She told him his condition stabilized a bit, but his life is still in danger, and he could die at any time if he does not take the serum. He told her, I want to donate my blood to the hybrids. She told him, no, because if you do that, you will go into a coma, and I actually want us to get back together and live in one house. After that, they lived together, and our boy did everything possible to make her happy, until one day he told her, I will be away for a while because I'm going to look for helium. She told him, promise me you will come back to me again. He told her, I promise you. But our boy had agreed with his mother-in-law to donate his blood. After they executed their plan, the serum was distributed to all the hybrids, who returned to normal again. They all lived a normal life like the one they were, living before the affinity virus. However, our boy went into a coma. All the hybrids knew that our boy was the reason for their cure. Every day, they lit candles and prayed for him to wake up from the coma. Our girl wrote an encrypted message and sent it on a path, reaching planet Earth in the year 51. In it, she told them the whole story and begged them that if they had helium, they should send it to planet Y. Here, we return to the scientists who were reading our girl's message. Surprise that. There were humans living on planet Y suffering from the affinity virus. They sent them helium in spaceships. In the end, our boy was injected with helium and woke up from the coma. He and our girl continued their lives together. And here ends our series. Aside from this illogical ending, just because the director wanted it, I want to tell you that he who truly loves sacrifices everything to make the person he loves happy. Love is the only thing that can change a human's nature from cruelty to kindness and tenderness. So be kind to each other so our lives become sweet. And that is it, my lovely friends. Goodbye.